ब्रेक तो बाद स्वागत है सारे ही दर्शकों का खबरों के सिलसिले ਨੂੰ ਅੱਗੇ ਤੋਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਕੈਲੀਫੋਰਨੀਆ ਸੂਬਾ ਹਰ ਸਾਲ ਗਰਮੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਸੀਜ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੰਗਲਾਤੀ ਅੱਗਾਂ ਦੀ ਮਾਰ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਸੂਬੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੁਣ ਜੰਗਲਾਤੀ ਅੱਗਾਂ ਦਾ ਇਸ ਸਾਲ ਦਾ ਸੀਜ਼ਨ ਮੁੱਕਦਾ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਬੀਤੇ ਦਿਨ ਸੂਬੇ ਦੇ ਗਵਰਨਰ ਨੇ ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਜੰਗਲਾਤੀ ਅੱਗਾਂ ਦੇ ਸੀਜ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਜਿੱਠਣ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਕੈਲ ਫਾਇਰ ਦੇ ਕਰਮਚਾਰੀਆਂ ਅਤੇ 에ਅਰਕ੍ਰਾਫਟਾਂ ਦੇ ਬੇੜੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਾਧਾ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਦਿੱਤੀ। सूबे के गवर्नर ने एक प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस के दौरान दस्सिया है कि अग बुझाऊ महकमे दे विच 1350 कर्मचारी होर भर्ती किए जाएंगे। फेडरल सरकार की मदद के नाल 7 नवे C-130 एयरक्राफ्ट शामिल।
To highlight the work that has been done this year and the work we have prepared for next year, and I think this is important. We were able this year to provide resources for an additional 1,350 personnel, about $674.1 million budget enhancement, thanks to the California legislature. That allowed us to do our peak staffing early this year in June. Not only do we have more engines, we had more personnel. Currently, we have about 356 engines in this state. On the 21st of this month, we'll be drawing those back and moving from peak to about 243. We'll continue to maintain our vigilance in terms of the distribution of personnel and key equipment, but at the same time, we are now moving our efforts to prepare for next year with earnest. Just in the last 60 or so days, the last 2 months, folks that otherwise would be fighting fires were out there preparing to mitigate fires next year by working actively on forest management projects. Some 20,000 acres of work they have been able to do that otherwise was not scheduled to be done had it not been for the more modest season that we've experienced. We have invested, as was stated, in unprecedented aerial support. Next year, a preview. The C-130s start to arrive. 2023, we will start getting the delivery from the federal government. We were out with Senator Feinstein and Padilla a number of months ago in the Pentagon, securing the delivery dates on the C-130s. They'll be coming in under the CAL FIRE banner next year. 7 new C-130s as part of that. It was highlighted by Joe and others. The Firehawks, these Black Hawks you see behind me, I think we've put to portfolio about 12 of these just in the last few years. Unprecedented investments in our aerial support. You saw that in the mosquito fire in particular. Some say they've never seen more aircraft in the air. Now that's a combination not only of available craft and personnel, it's also a combination of Mother Nature's cooperation. Always mindful of that, particularly up here in Napa, where I've spent a disproportionate amount of time in Napa and Sonoma in the last few years as it relates to the fires you've experienced, talking to neighbors, wondering where are the aircraft, making the point that it's windy or that we have these inversions and it's smoky. The conditions are not always right. There's no substitute, again, for the men and women you see behind me. $2.8 billion. The supervisor and mayor, thank you for all of your extraordinary work and, more importantly, your partnership over the last few years. Also, thank you for highlighting that $2.8 billion. That's just a 2-year number. Just in the last 24 months, the state has invested $2.8 billion for active forest management, appropriate fire burns to address the issues of preparedness and mitigation at the same